Shopping and buying something new for our closet isn't always possible. And to be completely honest, it's rarely the best pathway towards understanding and asserting our personal style. So in today's video, I'm going to share some styling upgrades that cost $0, but will still turn out really great looks and support a more sustainable wardrobe too. One of my favorite ways to create a really interesting outfit is to use this 50-50 method, where 50% of your outfit is one style aesthetic and the other 50% is a completely different style aesthetic. Let's take an example. Let's say you're going to work and you want to dress and feel both authoritative but also creative. Oftentimes in our day, we have to deal with 2 points of tension, or we have to dress along a spectrum of 2 or 3 opposing ideas and aesthetics. We're human, we're multifaceted, and our days are equally multifaceted. So why don't we try using the diverseness of our day and of our personality as a styling tool and for styling direction, instead of buying more stuff, which actually makes our decision-making more difficult. Going back to this example of authority versus creativity, what are some pieces that make us feel authoritative? For me, it's anything with structure, like a trouser. I'm gonna pull a couple of those, and then to balance those out, I'm also gonna pull some creative pieces. And by mixing and matching and combining these different items together, I'm creating looks that feel interesting, playful, creative, but that honor the parts of myself that I want to show up with every day, and that also hopefully honor my environment. Now, you know I'm not a huge hard and fast rule person, so this doesn't mean that our outfits have to be exactly half one aesthetic or vibe and half another. Eventually, the more you dress with this kind of 50-50 method, the more you'll be able to tweak the ratios in your own recipe. Maybe you want to skew more creative, or maybe you want to skew more authoritative than creative, or maybe you want to inject a whole other aspect of yourself or your day. Like maybe you've got to be in mom mode after 3 p.m. So we've got to get some more functional footwear perhaps, or a coat that's okay if it gets puked on. Like, I don't know. I'm not a mom, but I hear crazy stories. It almost sounds like you need to wear Kevlar most of the day, but I don't know. Just trying to help you out, okay? One final tip for the 50-50 method: the further apart the two aesthetics are, the more interesting and like quirky your outfit is gonna be when you combine them. That also means it's a bigger challenge. So if this is new to you, take 2 aesthetics that you're fairly comfortable with or that you know already exist in your closet. Our hair is such a wild and interesting accessory, and it's already on us. $0. Maybe we always wear our hair a certain way. What happens if we changed it up? Similar to the 50-50 method, I like to use my hair to either provide visual contrast or more harmony. For example, when I'm wearing this oversized sweater, I like to wear my hair down so that it balances out the volume of the sweater. When I wear this sweater with my hair pulled back in a bun, I feel like it just accentuates how tiny my head is. That's an example of using hair to contrast proportions, but we can also use our hair to contrast or balance out different style vibes or aesthetics. For example, if I want my hair in a high bun, I can let that be the anchor to a very polished and minimal look, or it can be the tension to a look that has more drape and a sense of ease to it. I don't need to add. I find the biggest creative breakthroughs are when we are either paring back and taking things away, or using what we've already got. So if I'm wearing this blazer and I want to make it feel some of that contrast and tension, I'm gonna wear my hair maybe a little bit loose, romantic, and it upgrades my blazer by adding a little bit of tension. You might not like this next one because it might make me sound like all of our mothers combined. Steaming or ironing your clothes, that maintenance makes our clothes feel more elevated, more expensive than they actually are. Clothes fit and drape better on our bodies when they've been steamed and ironed. Costs nothing, just costs you a little bit of time. Maybe you do it in front of your favorite TV show, listening to your favorite podcast, and bam, I swear you will have clothes that feel so much more elevated, and you are going to feel elevated as a result when you put them on. This also goes for footwear. Polishing your shoes. Your shoes are gonna feel and look like new, 10 on 10, on point, whatever the kids are saying these days. And that in itself is going to upgrade your look, like, overall. Okay, you gotta do a little bit of pre-work. There's a reason why merchandisers are paid to change windows so that you see new things every time you walk in. We could go to the same store every few days and like find something that we didn't think was there before, when actually it was. We can refresh and elevate our style simply by re-merchandising our closet. If there are items that you don't find yourself wearing but that you really like, bring those over to eye level and to a more accessible place. These new quote-unquote pieces are going to be front and center, they're going to be easily accessible, and that's gonna help you pull together more interesting and different combinations. How many times have you said to yourself, I know I've said this to myself, like, ugh, I'm in a style rut. Immediately, we've been conditioned now to think, oh, I need to buy something new. We think we need to add to our closet. But really, we're in a style rut because our visuals haven't been refreshed. It's not our style that's in a rut, it's our physical closet. Another way to re-merchandise your closet that will upgrade your looks is by changing how you categorize your clothes. So many clients have their work items, their going out items. If you're a millennial, you're going out tops. And all I would recommend you do is mix together your social or casual pieces with your work pieces. Combine those categories together and then organize them as you normally would, likely by color. So your closet won't look chaotic. You'll still have some semblance of organization. By pulling those categories together, you've already got a visual cue of how some of these contrasting pieces will work together, and that'll spark new ideas. This is one of my favorite ways to upgrade style without shopping or spending any money. I use this in my corporate workshops all the time. If you want an instant upgrade without adding anything new, without shopping, add an element of structure to your look. When I say structure, I mean anything with crisp, clean lines, anything that has a quadratic edge to it, anything with a little bit of sharpness. That could look like a pointed toe shoe or boot instead of one with a softer, rounder profile. It could mean just a polo shirt with the little corner on the collar, a crisp shirt, a crisp blazer, and it could also simply be a quadratic print on a softer garment if you prefer something with drape. It could also be a boxier structured bag or purse. It's actually been psychologically proven that clothing with structures, they actually allow us to be perceived as more authoritative. And maybe it's a social construct, but I feel like we might as well work with the way our brains are already wired. If we feel like others are more authoritative and polished because they're wearing something with a bit of structure, then why can't we do the same? We just don't have to go all in and wear a head to toe like three-piece suit. All we have to do is make one little swap. Swap out one accessory. If we're taking jewelry as an example, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go for your fancier costume jewelry. It could just mean choosing silver instead of gold. We can also do this example with belts and with our footwear. And look, maybe these aren't new groundbreaking outfits, but usually all we need to feel an elevated sense of style, it's not from new things, it's just from different things. And we have different things in our closet. And if you like these simple, easy tips, you will love my live Shop Your Closet workshops. We talk about all these different swaps that we can make, and we actually get to see them on real people in real time, because as soon as you get a ticket, you receive some inspiration looks and you're given the opportunity to reinterpret them at home and submit them. So at the end of the presentation, we look at everybody's looks that were submitted, and it's wild to get all of this outfit inspiration from other people. I'll leave all of the info for tickets in the description box below. We're having a fun like holiday theme. It's gonna be like a little holiday party. It's a blast. There's gonna be music. Maybe there's gonna be some fun prizes, who knows? But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you learned something new. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or your night, or maybe it's midnight for you, who knows, wherever you're at. And I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.